Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for making it out this afternoon, despite the rain, despite the downpour, I should say. It's a wonderful afternoon, and I appreciate that you all came out for the 2019 recognition for outstanding volunteers in the Cedar Rapids Community School District. I'm Akwi Inji, and it's my honor to supervise our district's volunteer services program, in addition to serving as the school district's communications director. In just a few minutes, you will hear about our distinguished honorees who are seated in our front 2 rows here today. And they play an important role in our schools and in supporting our students and our staff. But first, please join me in welcoming the more than 30 Erskine Elementary School students under the direction of Miss Liz Snyder. They're joining us today to celebrate our honorees through song. Okay. We're going to, hey, Justin and Tony, will you be able to troubleshoot as we move to a different part of the program for about 2 minutes? Or should I wait?
No, sure. Okay.
We'll see if we can do this. I appreciate young people who can just go with the flow, right? Thank you so much. And really, technology has a way of doing this in my life, even when we go through the run-through with text beforehand. But I will take this opportunity then to extend gratitude first to individuals who know the role of volunteer well. And that is our Board of Education. And those who have joined us this evening are invited to stand to be recognized as I call your name, and then you'll remain standing until the names of all in attendance are called. So please join us. Joining us this evening are Directors Jennifer Borcherding, Raphael Jacobo, John Laverty, and President Nancy Humbles. Thank you for your service. All right, we're going to continue on a little bit further. The suspense. I mean, the build-up to when you all get to perform, it's going to be amazing. Next, we're going to hear from Superintendent Brad Buck.
So thank you, Akwi, and thank you, honorees. Did I hear one of these songs is called like Nifty 50? 50 Nifty. So as a guy that recently had a birthday with a 0 in it, I'm pretty excited about this song, I gotta tell you. So on behalf of our school district, please accept our deep gratitude for your collaborative efforts with our staff members to enrich the lives of our students. Tonight's honorees were selected by their school volunteer program to represent the many excellent volunteers that generously contribute to the academic success of students at that school. Last year, more than 6,000 volunteers contributed more than 120,000 hours of instructional support service to our school district. Honorees, you represent a vast community of volunteers who support our school district. We hope the relationships you develop with our students and staff enrich your lives as you enrich theirs. The important vision of delivering on the promise of every learner, nice job, Future, there you go, cannot fully be realized without a vast network of volunteers who work as partners, collaborators, and mentors to meet the needs of all of our students. You've spent likely what feels like countless hours, and probably our actual hours, in our cafeterias, with our music groups, in our theaters, in our gymnasiums, on our playgrounds, on field trips, and of course, in our classrooms to support us in delivering on the promise of every learner. Thank you.
understand. All right. In fact, so our new vision, Every Learner Future Ready, is one that we have been trying to help the community become familiar with, including certainly our staff and our families. And so at some of our staff events, yes? I think we're ready. Okay. At some of our, this is perfect timing because now this becomes very celebratory. So that's the tone with which we will deliver these words. Every learner, future ready. Every learner, future ready. Oh, a little bit. Every learner, future ready. Wonderful. Now let's give a round of applause to our Erskine students who we'll hear from now.
You stand up, girl, or why don't you sit down? I'm standing up. United States from 13 original colonies. 50 nifty stars and the flag that billows so beautifully in the breeze. Each individual state contributes a quality that is great. Each individual state deserves a bow. We salute them now. 50 nifty United States from 13 original colonies. Shout 'em, tell all about 'em. One by one till we're given a day to every state in the USA. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, North, South, East, Western Oklahoma,
All right. Unfortunately, we're having some difficulties. Erskine had a second song prepared for us called One Nation. And that song included 4 or 5 soloists. 4 soloists. Would we please bring the 4 soloists here and just tell us your first and last name? And we'll thank the 4 of you for being here, as well as the rest of the...
Jayla Strong. Strong.
John Klein,
Harper Decker. Gemma Brennan.
All right, please give it up for those students and all of our Erskine singers today. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, thank you for being here. Oh, agility and improvisation. You know, one of the favorite parts of any programming that we do is truly getting a chance to see and hear our students. And so we are thankful for the opportunity that we had to hear 50 Nifty, and we'll look forward to having Erskine join us for another event at a different time. It's now my honor to introduce the members of our 2019 Volunteer Hall of Fame. Each of these community members is being recognized for his or her role in making our community and our world a brighter place by inspiring students to learn, grow, and thrive on a future-ready pathway. Our volunteer workforce includes parents, grandparents, retirees, students, business professionals, and other community members. So let's meet this year's honorees. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. And we'll have, as I call each honoree's name, that honoree will stand and turn and face the audience so that they can see your wonderful faces and you can see theirs. And then they'll sit after I've read their information, and we'll go through that for each honoree. At the end, we'll have them stand and be honored by the audience. So first tonight is Arthur Elementary School's Camille Franklin. Cammie has been a devoted Arthur classroom volunteer since her kids started kindergarten. Cammie has fourth grade twins, and she volunteers weekly in both their classrooms by helping with parties and chaperoning field trips. She's a delight to have in the classroom, and the kids enjoy that she makes time for each of them and treats them according to their personality. Some of Cammie's unique contributions include teaching students about animals and also serving as Girl Scout troop leader at Arthur. She's very reliable, and she's always willing to help out at the last minute. Arthur Elementary is a much better school with Cammie Franklin being a part of our team. Next, we have for Cleveland Elementary School, Ken and Lois Robison. Lois and Ken are retired school teachers who've been volunteering at Cleveland for a couple of years now. They both are very reliable and currently help out with math centers in the kindergarten classrooms. The kindergarten teachers appreciate their time, and the students enjoy having them around as well. Ken also helps out with reading in a first grade classroom. Their presence and consistency is needed by our students, and we really are blessed to have both at Cleveland. Thank you. Next, representing Coolidge Elementary, is Heather Kasich. Heather is the type of volunteer every school wishes they had. And unfortunately, she was unable to make it tonight, but we see Heather's picture up on the screen. And next, we have Erskine Elementary School's Susan Gonzalez. Susan has been a frequent volunteer in all grades over the years at Erskine, spending her time reading with students or playing math games, among other tasks the teachers may give her. If you take a tour of Erskine, there's a good chance you'll find Susan at a table in the hall surrounded by students working on a variety of projects. She's an active member of the Erskine PTA. She also leads Erskine's participation in the Washington Homecoming Parade, including organizing the pre-parade festivities, which involves face painting and sign making. Susan's quiet, smiling, and positive presence is a wonderful support to our school community, and we really appreciate everything that she does at Erskine. And next, we have Garfield Elementary School's Jackie Collette. Jackie has put in many hours helping our students, staff, and PTA. She's tutored students, counted flyers, designed and decorated classroom doors, counted box tops, and sorted Hy-Vee receipts. I have many of those sitting at home that I need to bring in. Jackie has been willing to help in every way she can at our school. She bakes special cakes for retirements, as well as PTA events. Her expertise has been invaluable throughout the last few years. She's helped make the day special for many at our school. She's truly one of a kind. And next, from Grant Elementary School, is Doug Van Oort. Doug has volunteered at Grant for several years with the Page Pal program. He's a professor at Kirkwood Community College, and he recruits students from the teaching program to volunteer at Grant. He's very dependable, and with his kind and soft-spoken ways, He's built great relationships with our students, and they're always excited to see him. Having such a positive male role model and mentor in our building has such a great impact on our kids. During his weekly visits to Grant, he plays games and reads with our students. Doug has also helped raise money for our school through bake sales at Kirkwood, and the money is used to support our students in a variety of ways. His dedication to Grant is greatly appreciated. We are very lucky to have you, Doug. Thank you. And next, for Grant Wood Elementary School, we have Richard and Ellen Hull. Grant Wood is blessed to have a dynamic volunteer duo with Richard and Ellen. Together, they've made it their mission to increase confidence and knowledge in math for students in 6th through 5th grade by volunteering 3 to 4 days a week. Richard's math brain has a way of helping students understand math processes that they use every day. He recruited his wife, Ellen, 2 years ago to prevent her from being bored at home during retirement. And she has been a wonderful addition as she helps students with basic math facts. She knows they need those facts to build their confidence and to build upon other math skills. The Hulls are dependable, uplifting, and patient, and they always have new strategies for kids that are having a challenging time with math. The kids see this passion, and they want to work with the Hulls. The Hulls are truly a gift to our school as they now are starting to recruit more retirees as they see the need for extra assistance. They also volunteer for our Santa's workshop and other events that impact our students. The extra support the Hulls gives means the world to the staff and students. They are, in fact, a dynamic volunteer duo. Now, an additional note about the Hulls, they're receiving some special recognition. Annually, the school district selects a volunteer to be honored as the outstanding district volunteer, and this pair has been honored in that way this year. They've been selected for that honor and will receive the Governor's Volunteer Award. And we can go ahead and give them a special round of applause. And they may be seated, and we'll take just a moment to watch a video specially about the Hulls.
I prefer to help with math. I enjoy math, I'm good at math, and I think I really have a knack of showing kids how to work their way through problems.
I came over particularly to help with math. I'd also like to do something financial education for the kids. That isn't really a part of their curriculum. I've always said when, not very many people come in and volunteer for math. It's hard to get volunteers. I've talked to my friends about it, and they've said, oh no, that's something I couldn't do. I wouldn't be able to understand their math. They go about it a little differently now than when I was a kid, but the teaching of math has changed, but the basic numbers haven't.
How many 16s and 64, Just nurturing them and helping them along with life, not just the math, but a lot of them have other problems, and you kind of maybe sometimes talk to them about what's going on in their life and helping them through things. A lot of their backgrounds they don't have good influences, and so I think both myself and Ellen show them some good influences and just the right way to live.
I have 2.
So 1?
Yeah. 1/2 of 2 is 1. I want them to figure out, understand that they can do it. So many of them have a block against, they just think they can't do it. And it is so much fun to see the light go on and say, oh my gosh, this is easy. And we do see that quite a bit. The kids have these aha moments. And those days are just, high five days, because that is really a lot of fun.
I find this rewarding because of being able to see how the kids grow, how much influence I can have on them.
Right.
When I honestly never dreamt how easy it is to bring kids along.
6 times 1 is 6.
Richard's sister called the office earlier today and said, I'd like to speak with you. I have some information that you might find useful prior to this evening. And just frankly, as a communications director, when you hear something like that, you just go, oh gosh, what's it going to be? Because when you deal with the media, it's often like, what breaking news are you preparing me for? And of course, it was all positive. She said, I want you to know how deeply passionate our family has been for Grant Wood over many, many years. She said that Their grandfather was on the school board when Grantwood was built, and then each year, for many years, he would visit Grantwood on the first day of school. Richard attended Grantwood. His sister taught at Grantwood for 15 years, and I loved what she said, "We've lived Grantwood for forever." So. All right, and next we'll be hearing about Tyler Tier, representing Harrison Elementary School. Tyler is involved in helping with our Read Every Day folders, a program in which all students at Harrison participate. And he comes to Harrison with a group of adults from Goodwill Heartland. He helps by replacing the books in the folders when the students return them. This involves reshelving the old books and finding a new book on the shelf to replace it with. The folder books are tracked upon return so students can get their picture taken after every 10 nights of reading. Volunteers in this program remind the students to return their books if it's not in the folder. They make sure the parent has signed their student's folder and organized the books in the library when needed. Tyler is a big part of the success of this program. He's always so enthusiastic, and we enjoy having him here at Harrison. We appreciate all that you do, Tyler, and your dedication to the work. And next, Hiawatha Elementary School's Ellen Pethoff. Helen has been volunteering at Hiawatha Elementary in a 5th grade classroom for the past 2 years. She's willing to help in any manner possible. The students love having her in the classroom because she's always willing to help them and also takes the time to talk to them about what is going on in their lives. Ms. Wiley appreciates having another teacher in the classroom who wants to help the students succeed as much as she does. Helen is an outstanding volunteer and a valuable asset at Hiawatha Elementary. Now, Hoover Elementary School's Connie Williams. Connie is a retired teacher who provides instructional support to several classrooms. Students look forward to seeing Grandma Connie each week. She has been volunteering at Hoover for many years and has established special relationships with many of the students that she helps. She also helps Hoover with a fresh fruit and vegetable snack program by sorting the snacks into bins for each classroom. Connie also helps in our community room and food pantry. She's here on Thursday evenings when the food pantry is open and available for families, and she brings in recipes and food samples for families to try using many of the items that we have available in the food pantry. Her positive attitude, smile, and willingness to help is greatly appreciated by Hoover staff, students, and families. And next we have Jackson Elementary School's Lori Weber. Lori is a special volunteer who has positively impacted the Jackson community. She's proven throughout her 9 years of volunteering to be reliable, selfless, and caring. Lori has led the charge for the Jackson Script program for 6 years. She steps up weekly to ensure the program runs smoothly. Lori and her family have directed and celebrated the Jackson Trunk or Treat event for more than 5 years. She's an active and supportive PTA member as well. She shows up to any and everything, willing to do what is needed to support her community and get it done. To have someone like Lori, who's always smiling, consistently helpful, and dedicated to the advancement of the Jackson community, is a gift. And next we have Johnson STEAM Academy Magnet School's Deborah Ackerman. We are blessed to have Debbie as a member of our JSA family. Her advocacy, sense of humor, and willingness to share her time, energy, and passion for JSA makes a difference for our staff and students every single day. She's been an active PTA member since 2016 and has served as PTA secretary, PTA president, and on many other committees. She really makes our family event nights for everyone with her ready smile and problem-solving skills. Debbie is such an amazing volunteer. And next we have Kenwood Leadership Academy Magnet School's Bill Werner. Bill has been volunteering at KLA for the past 3 years and many additional years in other buildings in our district. In his 3 years at KLA, he's worked primarily with 5th grade math students 3 to 5 times a week. Students working with him work to enrich their math skills through problem solving, extension activities related to classroom skills, as well as logic activities to stretch their critical thinking. Students love, capital L-O-V-E, working with Bill and look forward to their time learning with him. Some of the comments from students about Bill include, "I like exercising my brain in a fun way. I appreciate you coming to help us stretch our brains." When he isn't volunteering at KLA, he's outside golfing. And next, representing Madison Elementary School, is Janelle Solberg. Janelle began her volunteering in 1979 as a Madison Mustang herself. And at that time, she was a volunteer on the school safety patrol. More recently, Janelle began volunteering regularly again at Madison when her daughter entered kindergarten in 2002. and she's continued to volunteer while her 3 children have attended Madison. Janelle has volunteered in and out of the classroom, serves on the PTA, volunteers with both the Boy and Girl Scout troops, and was the first Daisy leader at Madison. She's assisted with trading pages, the walkathon, spring carnival, family fun night, teacher appreciation week, volunteer breakfast and fundraisers, to name a few. Under her leadership, teachers have received additional technology such as document cameras and iPads for their classrooms. The music department has received many new instruments, and the library, hundreds of books. Janelle's generous spirit and volunteer hours have blessed many members of the Madison community, and we are honored to call her our friend and advocate. Thank you, Janelle. And next, we have Nixon Elementary School. Jessica Stricker is also unavailable to be here. She's a vital part of the Nixon PTA and Nixon's volunteers. Moving to Pierce Elementary School is Atta Richter. Atta provides positive and visible leadership for our K through 2nd grade Pierce Page Turner's program. This program provides a book for each kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade student to take home each night, increasing their motivation to read and supporting literacy success. In order to ensure this program functions, Atta has been instrumental in advocating and securing funding for new books, collaborating with staff to select books to order, and organizing materials and volunteers to make the program possible. Atta volunteers weekly and has trained all of our current volunteers on the Pierce Page Turner's program. She's an active PTA member, and teachers would tell you that Atta is always looking for ways to help teachers and students during the day. She can be seen reading with students, helping students with work, and putting smiles on faces. She's certainly one of a kind and spoils us with her unconditional love and support for students, teachers, and staff at Pierce. She truly goes above and beyond. Next, representing Taylor Elementary School is Pam Long. This is Pam's 2nd year volunteering at Taylor Elementary. Ms. Burr's 1st grade class is incredibly grateful for the number of ways Pam assists and supports her class. Each week, she becomes an essential part of the classroom routine by leading small groups and playing cooperative reading and math games, including everyone's favorite, Memory Word Bingo. Pam also helps by giving and correcting weekly spelling tests, filing student work, and preparing classroom materials for use. Her willingness to help provides Mrs. Burr with precious spare minutes to spend on other responsibilities. Pam's greatest contribution is the extra attention she gives to the kids, whether it's by spending additional time with a struggling student or letting a giggling group of 6-year-olds beat her at Uno during indoor recess. Pam's kindness and devotion to the students at Taylor is noticed and greatly appreciated. And next, representing Truman Elementary School, is Linda Daly. Linda has volunteered for 1st and 2nd grade classrooms for several years, supporting those students through enrichment and math extension and intervention groups. As a retired teacher, she's familiar with these age groups. Linda gives the extra support these students need. She challenges them to explain their thinking and to develop a deeper understanding of math concepts. Throughout the years, Linda has helped many of our primary students master the grade-level math standards. We are so fortunate to have this veteran teacher return to the building where she taught for many years. Linda's expertise is both useful and greatly appreciated. Next, representing Van Buren Elementary School, is Alana Bilyeu. Alana is our go-to volunteer. She volunteers for such a wide variety of tasks and has even taken on the not-so-popular, bordering on dreadful job of helping to shelve books in our IMC. That alone should warrant lunch with the governor. We're not sure how she manages to fit everything in on top of her full-time job, but we love her for it. When she's not here popping popcorn on Pride Days, she can be found gallivanting around town with our kiddos on field trips, ushering kids back and forth for hearing and vision screening, prepping students for picture days, doing the homeroom parent gig, as well as reading books on America Reads Day. That's not the end of her resume, as she's always finding ways to put our kids at the top of her to-do list. Many thanks to this incredible mom, volunteer, and friend of Van Buren. Also, with Viola Gibson Elementary School, Sarah Mersch is not able to attend tonight. Sarah has made a substantial and lasting impact through her volunteering at Viola. And moving to Wright Elementary School, we're honoring Katie Powell. Katie has been a go-getter at Wright School, taking on the role of Wright PTO president and all-around ambassador of planning. With the drive from Katie, the Wright PTO has increased its family activities in the evenings and has taken on the responsibility of organizing the spring carnival. Katie loves to promote right with everything she does, and we're so happy to have her leading the charge for our staff and students. Thank you, Katie. Franklin Middle School is proud to honor Karen Swanson. Karen it's a misconception that middle schools do not need parent volunteers, and we do, and we are appreciative of having Karen. We appreciate the ones who come in with their shirt sleeves rolled up and ready to work as a 6th grade parent, then keep the momentum going into 7th grade, as Karen has done. Karen has an extensive history of volunteering in the community. She currently serves as our PTA secretary and is always present when there is work to be done. She's helped with organizing our new student hygiene and clothing closet. She's instrumental in organizing our annual fundraiser, works concessions at the school dances, cooks and cleans for the teacher conference meals, and transports band equipment to competitions. Karen's commitment to Franklin Middle School is apparent in all her actions, and she is greatly appreciated by the staff and PTA. Harding Middle School honors Sarah Scott. Sarah is also unavailable to be with us tonight. She's a wonderful addition to Harding as a parent and as a volunteer. McKinley Middle School honors Al and Elsa Lewis. Dedicated and reliable are just a couple words to describe Elsa and Al. Volunteering with McKinley's food pantry, the Grizzly Cove, Elsa and Al have gone above and beyond. When the Grizzly Cove first opened in January 2018, it served an average of 8 students per week. It now averages 30 to 35 students per week. Elsa and Al play an instrumental part of the food pantry's success. They facilitate the weekly food orders, weigh food, and help stock the shelves. They're also a great advocate for the pantry and what it needs. Elsa and Al provided Hy-Vee gift cards to Grizzly Cove students during the holidays. They're always thinking about how we can improve the pantry and reach more families. During the polar vortex, the Lewises helped distribute over 470 pounds of food to students. We are grateful for the time Elsa and Al are donating to the Grizzly Cove and their dedication to helping our students. And next, moving to Roosevelt Creative Corridor Business Academy Magnet School, we are pleased to honor Rick Jennings. Throughout our magnet journey, Rick has gone above and beyond to support and serve the students of RCCBA. He continues to enhance and organize our blended learning lab by shelving books, supporting library initiatives, and playing a key role in RCCBA's elective block experience. Most notable have been his contributions during the Free Little Libraries project, where he played a critical role in prototyping the design, gathering materials, supporting students for several weeks during construction, and installing the libraries and local organizations around the Cedar Rapids area. Rick continues to act in selfless ways as he gives of his time and talents. Thank you for all you do, Rick. And Taft Middle School is pleased to honor Angie Kevitt. Angie has been a valued volunteer at Taft for the past 7 years. She's been an active member of our PTA, serving as hospitality chair for all 7 years that she's had children at Taft. Each year, she's been responsible for providing the staff with a welcome back breakfast at the start of the year, meals for staff during parent-teacher conferences, and a breakfast for Taft's 8th graders on the last day of school. We can always count on Angie to mobilize a small army of Taft parents to provide staff and students with a great meal. These meals are a wonderful way for staff and students to build community and share memories. Angie has also been a regular volunteer with the Taft Carnival and the Taft Magazine sale. She believes in giving back to the school and is always willing to step forward if a need arises. She's a humble person, but she should know that she makes a difference at Taft. Thank you, Angie, for all you do. And next, Wilson Middle School is pleased to honor Casey Hoger. Casey is also unable to attend tonight. Wilson Middle School is pleased and extends gratitude for the work that Casey does. Next, Jefferson High School is pleased to honor Ryan and Shelley Pike. Ryan and Shelley have been serving our kids and parents across the community through volunteering their time and talents to PTA organizations all throughout their 2 children's school years. While under Ryan and Shelley's guidance as PTSA board members, Jefferson's PTSA has given thousands of dollars worth of grants for teacher projects, as well as tens of thousands of dollars to students in the form of post-secondary educational scholarships. On top of all their support through their work with our PTSA, this will be the 7th year in a row that Ryan and Shelley are planning and executing our post-prom party for Jefferson, providing a safe and fun alternative choice for kids following the annual spring dance. Ryan and Shelley's energy and care for our kids and our schools all over the city and state is humbling and inspiring. We cannot thank them enough for their tremendous service to our students and families. Thank you, Ryan and Shelley. Next, Kennedy High School is pleased to honor Annette Brightwell. Annette, along with her husband John, has been supporting Kennedy activities since 2003. She was a booster club rep for cheer, volleyball, and girls basketball when her daughters attended Kennedy. Currently, Annette has taken over the Kennedy's concession stand operations, providing consistency and organization to that operation. It's impossible to imagine a game without Annette making sure the concession stands are fully stocked. She does this despite the fact that her children graduated from Kennedy years ago. Thank you so much, Annette. Next, Metro High School is pleased to honor Brad May. Brad brings a calm, engaging, and thoughtful presence to Metro. He's an excellent role model for young men and women being polite, thoughtful, responsible, and compassionate. Brad is an excellent listener, asking probing questions and encouraging ideas. He knows everyone by their first name, and even this small detail offers our kids a sense of belonging, and they understand him to be another person who cares about them on a personal level. Brad has given up his time on evenings and weekends to work and travel with the robotics team, traveling to competitions, and helping the students problem solve. Our students have quickly accepted him as part of the Metro community and even ask about him when he isn't here. Brad's background with technology and small systems offers perspective and expertise, and in our classrooms, this is a perfect fit. Brad cares for everyone and is always willing to go the extra mile. Metro has had a long line of great volunteers. Brad is among them. Thank you, Brad. Representing Washington High School is Becky Lindwall. Becky has worked closely with our 9th grade engagement specialists and 9th grade teachers to provide tutoring and support to students that need an extra push. Many students who were not experiencing success have shown tremendous growth with Becky's help. Her expertise in English has helped guide students in a class that is challenging to many 9th graders. Becky can be counted on to help in any way asked, and she has a strong, positive attitude that others embrace. We are very fortunate to have Becky in the Washington family. And there they are. Let's hear it for our outstanding volunteers for 2019. Go ahead and stand. As you've heard, the important work we do as a school district is buttressed by our volunteers. This is really just the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure you can imagine. These little details that the schools share with us and the information that they provide is just a small bit of what these honorees do every single week, often many days a week for all of our students. The important work we do as a school district is something that we can't do alone. And our volunteers are committed, passionate, and compassionate, and are eager and equipped to offer academic and emotional support. I would now also like to take this opportunity to thank the tremendous team of building enrichment and volunteer coordinators who manage the volunteer programming at each of our schools. Please stand and be recognized for your tremendous dedication. And our volunteer and enrichment coordinators are very familiar with another woman who deserves a thanks. That's Pat Zamanek. Pat is boots on the ground, constantly engaged with everything related to the volunteer program. So thank you, Pat. And finally, thank you to all of our school volunteers and volunteer coordinators for supporting our staff and students as we strive together to deliver on our vision of every learner. Wonderful. Thank you for being here tonight, and have a good night.